Now, what you're looking at is my daughter's operational waterfall on the Junkyard Diorama. We have done a bunch of cleaning here, so that's why I had it turned off for a while, and a bunch of other work. But right now we are actually running water on the waterfall. That's the big waterfall. And then if I get this thing to turn here for me, follow the little river up here. And that's the small waterfall. And then sometime over the period of years, there would have been probably a boat launching area or tackle place or something like that. It's what this little, if I can get this thing to come down here. There we go. This little building here is representing. We have the road beside the waterfalls. It goes up temporarily to this junkyard, or this garage. I'm probably going to change that out and build a garage specifically for that. This area has not been set up for the junk cars yet. It will be. So anyway, there's a little building in perspective to the big waterfall. And we have running water. You really can't tell it right now. We need to put some in it, but there you can see a little bit of the waterfall running through the bridge. You can hear the water running. That's kind of a neat sound to hear the water running down here. And then of course this is the overflow area that we built. And she put the stagnant water in that. This is just for when there were big rains and such, and then it would overflow, and that's just okay. For the junkyard, I've added a couple more cars here, and we have got a Corvette section. I ended up with a bunch of Corvettes coming into me, and a couple little race cars down there. And you know me, I got to bury them in, make sure that people got to look for them good. Let's see if we can get that back in there. There's another race car sitting back in there. I'll get this around to it. And then this is the Corvettes that have just come into the junkyard. And of course this junkyard continues on up into a couple of old foundations up in there. I ended up with, there's another Corvette that I stuck up in here. So it makes it a whole lot more interesting this way. And then looking back up towards the hill and over the bridge. I love this little bridge. Glad my daughter thought of that. So anyway, there is my daughter's working waterfall and river. I can see the water moving in there good. And I thank my daughter for this. It's been what a blessing this has been to have this really cool waterfall, working waterfall and river. When last you saw this, I think last when you saw this, there was a big open void section right there. And now we have pretty well filled this with cars. I can get maybe one more car in right in front of that red and green car. Might be able to do that yet. I'm actually thinking probably putting something else in there just for interest. We've got a whole bunch of Corvettes with stuff back into that place right there. Got a Mercury sitting there, another 49 Mercury to go with one back there. Let's see, we got an old drag car. Looks like where somebody was building one, never got it built. And I'll just look at some other race cars in here. Some little, look like either drag cars or oval truck cars that are going on in there. Our finishing touch is we have a 1978 Ford LTD Landau going in that I see that they've got plenty of supervisors as they're getting it set into there. I guess you call those supervisors. And so yeah, this section is really coming along well. It's like I said, goes clear up into the foundation. You follow this little road back in there, around and around, and that comes out to this foundation right here. I've added another Corvette body into that, and some other little goodies have been added to it. This Edsel was in a different place. I kind of stuffed it in, I guess it's an Edsel, yeah, what's left of an Edsel in there. And then I've added some more debris into this old foundation here. The foundations just help to give it, a little, I don't know, a sense of history and just a little bit of mystery. What was that at one time? What was that cool road going up into there? What was going on with these foundations? Anyway, that's my thought, how I view things. This is a view backwards of it now, and looking up towards the new area, the new stuff that went in, and across that road. And then, of course, you have this road that's comes in, going up to the main section of the junkyard. So, with that 78 Ford going in, that finishes that section. Now we've got a little area right here that goes from this, it's a row of Thunderbirds actually. Sheesh, yeah, a row of Thunderbirds that goes up to the river over here. That's going to have some more cars or something going in there. I still haven't completely figured that out yet. And then the main section on the other side, that'll have cars up in there, some cars. But for right now, we are starting to really get this filled in nicely, so that I can actually call this a junkyard. I'm pleased with it. It suits me, and there'll be a whole lot more stuff, weeds and stuff like that go in, pieces of junk cars that'll be just tossed around in there, like you do with most junkyards, where you kind of have to, especially those old weedy ones, where you have to kind of pick your way through and take your life in your hands just to see that cool old car that's hiding behind the trees. If you want to, oh man, here, check out that race car, yeah, let's kill ourselves to get to it, that kind of thing. And we will. Those of us who love junkyards, who love wandering around in them, believe me, we will kill ourselves to try and get in and see those old cars. And that's what I'm trying to portray here, is just that love of the old cars, that love of the junkyards, and that feeling of respect for them. It's, to me, they are graveyards. They are, they're junk car graveyards. At one time, somebody bought those cars. They loved those cars when they were new, and they were special to them. A lot of special memories, and then they're just discarded. I think that's one of the things that gets me most with the race cars. Is as you look at that, you see this little car down here that at one time had people just cheering and screaming for it. And, at the races, and it was causing all kinds of commotion with the other cars, just having a blast out there. And then now it's just been relegated to a junkyard, just dying off in the weeds, rusting away. But, that's life. That's how it goes on. But we appreciate that. For those of us that love these junkyards, we go out and we appreciate what we see there. We appreciate the history of these things. So with that, we will be moving on to the rest of it. Like I said, we've got this front section to work on a little bit, but that's got that section pretty well filled. I can't say it's done anywhere close to done, but it's filled with cars at this point. And like I said, at some point we will cross the bridge here, and where my wonderful daughter's got the waterfall, we've got to shut off right now, but we've still got water in there, but that's the waterfall. And then we will be working on this area. I plan on put some more foundations or even some buildings in here. I want this to have that feeling of history with it. At one time it was an amusement park of some sort. And I still want to carry some of that through. So, with that in mind, we will cool it till the next time we have something to show you.